Welcome everybody back to another Boldcast reaction. I'm Carson.
I'm Lindsay.
And this is Attack on Titan, the final season, part 3, part 1. We're doing, they're gonna be released in all three episodes in this one part. We're doing it all in one thing here. Crunchyroll really dropping the ball this morning, as everybody knows. This is like a huge story at this point, at least it must be. I've been literally sitting here. We woke up at 6:30 because we're on West Coast time, Pacific time. So we woke up at 6:30 and since about 7 o'clock this morning, I've been refreshing the page like every 5 seconds because we're just really excited to get to it and watch it. So I guess here we go. Anything you want to say before we get into it?
Let's just get into
predictions?
Oh, we didn't watch the trailer, but I predict that Zeke is gonna be there. I'm just kidding, we watched the trailer.
Yeah, check out the trailer reaction, check out all of our season 4 reactions on the channel. Let's get right into it. Leave a like and subscribe for that Attack on Titan greatness. Rumble the like button down there, rumble the comment section, and fascism that subscribe button. Let's go. First scene from the episode 1 of the anime.
It's actually a recap of the entire show.
It's a recap episode for before the finale. That little bit of typesetting is what cost them 6 hours. He lost a hand. Oh, he's stealing.
It's okay, we'll all just die at the same time.
I wonder why. No, but like if they're Eldians, if they have Eldian blood, they would have seen Eren's message.
Oh.
Is what I'm saying. So they must not be Eldians. No. The other people must be Eldians.
I mean, it's like the entire world, there's like all different types of people.
But this is on the coast, right after the ships around the island. So it's probably, yeah, here. Flashback. True. True. Clearly also true. Yeah, this is the kid that he saved, right? That they went and partied with. Yeah. He's like so disconnected.
Well, it's just like yeah, weird.
何を思いやがって。暴力の限りを尽くす俺が正義を切るっていいわけないだろう。未来は変わらないらしい。
ありがとう。
俺も同じだったよないな。半端なクソ野郎だ。
He still went back and saved him. He just he can't fight his.
Yeah.
ごめん。ごめん。
なんで？
Oh
Oh
my god.
my god.
Everything just.
They're gonna get incinerated if they. I mean, they just will. If nothing, they will.
Oh. Oh my god.
What's the symbolism of that? The door? Where? Yeah. He's back. It's like... I seriously, how can after watching this you're like on Eren's side, you know? Like,
yeah.
So people, like, I get like the idea now is that like he had no choice. Time will correct, it will do what it needs to do and he will do the rumbling. He didn't in the end have a choice once he saw the shit. He can't change it. I get it. But like, why is everyone so enthusiastic about this? Look at this. Like, everyone's happy that this is happening. A lot of people are watching. I don't get it.
So freaky with the little legs.
I never saw the legs. But it's just a dream. It's a fantasy. It's a childish fantasy that the world would be like that. Instead, this is the reality.
Armin.
I guess there's only so fast you can go. You're sitting on a boat.
Well, they need, you know, regardless, yeah, exactly, but they also need the time for the engineers to fix up the plane that they had.
明るくて楽しいことがいたでしょ
It was almost just like talking to you when you weren't a rock.
Please, be my girlfriend!
本当にわからないのヒッチがあんなにからかってたのにわからない座りなよあと前にも言ったけどいい人って言い方がやっぱり嫌いだ大勢の人を殺した軍人じゃない人もそして今生まれ育った島のみんなを裏切る選択をして仲間を殺した僕もとっくに化け物だよ頭のどこかでいつかエレンと一緒に未知の世界を旅するそれが叶うと思ってたんだ未知の世界はそんなにいいものじゃなかったでしょ僕らが夢見た世界とは違ったよまだ僕らが知らない壁の向こう側があるはずだと
Destroyed.
信じたいんだ
Something that we don't know about. Is it going to be that tree that the frickin' worm thing was in? The original
Well, like,
virus thing?
Can you go there again? Is there any
Maybe
of that,
that's
like,
where
hanging
Eren's
around?
going incidentally. Like, he has to do the rumbling. That's like an unchangeable event, but maybe he's like, there's some leeway between it, and he can like do small corrections that can alter the course of it.
Maybe.
Or there's a greater, better future.
It seems like right now he's
afterwards.
kind of just on autopilot. Armin kind of like went into the magical space there, and it's just like, oh yeah, isn't this so great? Like kid Eren, seems like he's not really.
I interpreted that as, you know how Eren was talking about like I'm just like you, Reiner. I'm a half-assed piece of shit. That's what Reiner said when he was in season 2, episode 8, when they were talking in the trees with Ymir and Bertolt, and it was revealed that Reiner had like split personality disorder, and he had compartmentalized his personality and separated himself between like the honorable soldier and the double agent that he was kind of forced into being. And I took that kid version of Eren as he needed to shed this childish optimism in order to complete what he needed to do in order to bring about a better future. Because personally, I think I've said this before, I think this is going to end like Code Geass. I think it's going to be Eren's taking all the hate upon the world. He's like the ultimate spoilers for Code Geass. I'll put that on the screen, I guess. Taking all the hate of the world on himself. Everybody unites against him, and they all united with their warships and cannons. Every cannon in the world was aimed at the Titans, and they failed. And then he's going to let himself essentially be defeated by these saviors. And like Helos, the hero that was like fabricated that defeated the Titans and drove them back and shit, he's going to let like Mikasa or Armin or Levi or whoever it is, the resistance people, take him down, and he's maybe going to do something possibly with the little worm thing and undo Titan powers or something, take all the Titan stuff. Maybe that's why he needs to collect all the Titans. Maybe that's why he needs the Beast Titan and like all of them. Maybe if he eats them all, maybe he'll need to eat Armin, maybe not, I'm not sure. Armin's been talking about sacrificing himself since day one, since season 1, since I think episode 2 or episode 1. He's the first time he mentioned like, you know, giving his life for the greater good or not being, you know, worthy of life and shit like that. That's been a common theme with him. Maybe not with Armin, but regardless, I think Eren is going to take all the hate upon himself, use Titan powers to delete Titan powers, and then basically get the rest of the world on Parady's side, ensuring they're at least probably like some kind of alliance or something.
I guess,
leave
but
them
then
alone.
at this point, he's like, they're just going. Like, they're already, like, destroying so much stuff. So I don't know, like, the clock's kind of ticking on, like, some kind of action where there's going to be anyone even left alive to like,
they've only made it from the island of Madagascar, essentially, because the world is flipped and then flipped. That's the world map. Parody is Madagascar. They've made it to the coast of Africa. That's it. That's as far as they've gotten. Like all the other Titans that went out the other way are in the ocean.
Yeah.
They're just on one part of one continent. Eventually, they will cover the world if he leaves it. But I think that compartmentalization, that comparing himself to Reiner, he is doing the same thing and is doing what he needs to do in order to get to the point where he can make things a little bit better. That's my idea, and it's gonna be like Geass. Because like he just explained, he can't change anything. He can't do anything to the future.
静かですね。オディハの住民はもう南に逃げたのでしょう。船もすべて出払ってますから。では頼みます。東人の皆さん。ええ、何としてでも飛行艇を空に上げてみせます。炎を離せ。急げ。くそ。幕役が邪魔だ。切り捨ててしまおう。待って。何かに使えるかもしれない。飛行艇に積んでおこう。
Some dynamite? Oh, his home.
oh.
もう地ならしはマーレ大陸の大半を飲み込んでいる。
Oh.
どうするんですか。これからどうしたら俺たちだけで。
ごめん、わからないの。装備の確認をして。
私は降りると伝えたはずだけど。
飛行艇にも乗らないつもりなの。
悪いけど乗らない。
Really?
人類を救うとか私にはよくわからない。私たちマーレのエルディア人はその人類から迫害を受けてきた。生まれた時からずっと。
Then why do anything?
今地ならしが止まったとしてもマーレが滅んだ後じゃエルディア人を守る後ろ盾は何もない。故郷を救うわずかな望みに全てをかける彼らに対して。でも私はもう戦えない。最後の時間くらい穏やかでいたい。
Okay.
いつの間に。
何が
わかった。
何が。
あなたはもう辛い思いをしなくていい。
I mean, if you don't want to do it, you don't want to do it, I guess. It is what it is.
アルミンは私たちと飛行艇に乗り、エレンの元に向かう。
All she wanted to do was be ordinary. This is her opportunity to do it, so it kind of makes sense.
マフラーをなくしたの。
持ってる。
In my heart.
無茶ですよ。まだ寝てなきゃ。
Oh my god.
寝てろだと寝ててる。お前ら
Said Isayama to the audience.
それをか。
God damn it, why did I stand next to Zeke when I put all those thunder spears in him? What the fuck was I thinking? He can heal himself.
任せるぞ。攻撃目標はそれだけか。それで何十年もパラディ島に手出しされないのか。
艦隊を失った国は財政破綻に追い込まれます。主要国のすべてがそうなれば十分すぎる打撃となるでしょう。
But then you gotta keep giving passing the Titans down. You gotta keep doing this shit. People keep dying.
飛行船の研究基地が少し気になります。
It's like, where does this go? Like, are we just gonna keep doing rumblings every 50 years to keep people honest? And then, in order to do that, you literally need to keep feeding children to Titans and shit. Like his.
And then at that point, then especially without, everyone having their.
This is what Eren's thinking.
Yeah, but also then there's also the problem of without having everyone's memories erased. Then what? Like it's not like, oh, everyone on this island is gonna like really rally together, and no one ever in the future history is ever gonna try to use that for themselves and pull their own stunts.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's not very good. I like that little scene with Annie as well, where she I imagine literally not okay. First of all, being like trained up for something that you're not really a thing for, and then you have to fight for a cause that you don't believe in, and then you just get trapped inside a glass for like
For four of your remaining, like...
For 4 years, only 2 people
6
come
years.
to talk to you. You can't talk back for 4 years, and then you're just like, huh, yeah, I don't really... If I'm not 100% that I want to go after Eren, maybe I just shouldn't. Because the last time I did that, it fucking sucked, and I was miserable.
Yeah.
And right now, I can sit here and look at the ocean and like be around people that I care about.
True.
And maybe that's all that I want after all of this.
Yeah. About the little romance thing, that is so out of character for Isayama to do that. Like, if you think about the whole series, like, how many times have there actually been like straight up romance moments like that? Like, there was the one time when Mikasa and Eren were about to die in chapter 50 at the end of season 2 when he first used the coordinate. And he like punched that Titan and all the Titans came and ate it. And she like grabbed her scarf and stuff and she was all blushing. That was like, am I missing any other times? There was also the joke scenes with Reiner and like Historia.
Yeah, and like Ymir and Historia, but that was kind of like
It also was like riding the line enough to where a lot of people today still don't think that they had like a relationship that went beyond just friends, you know?
Yeah.
So, you know, it's very rare that Isayama goes directly into like 90% explicitly romantic feelings between characters like that, or confirms anything. Like there was always like ships between Armin and Annie, but I honestly thought that Annie and Eren ship was in the and like during the manga content of season 1, I always thought that was more and by the way, I haven't read the manga, I don't know what's going to happen. I stopped reading it like years and years ago, but yeah, I always thought that the Annie Eren ship made more logical sense given the material early on in the series, but obviously things change. Wait, where was that? Just
That's where they are, I'm pretty sure.
where they are?
Well, they said they were talking about an airship.
I think that's where they're going. That's his target. That's where Eren's going. Yeah, you need to destroy the airships, otherwise
People can just fly around.
non-Eldians can survive, and then they can procreate if they land safely in hiding.
でも正しかった。前年に及ぶエルディア人問題の解決策は安楽死計画しかなかったのです。惨状を見ればお分かりでしょう。ああ、認めるよ。エレンに何の解決策も希望や未来を示せなかった。私の無力さ。
To be fair, Hanji's really beaten herself up about this. Erwin never really talked about a future either as commander. He never, like everyone always says like, oh, Erwin would know what to do. He would know how to keep moving forward. He wouldn't, maybe he wouldn't do exactly what Eren was doing, but you know, he never thought like, oh, once we get to the base, once we know the truth, then
I'll spring my plan into action.
Then we can do what we need to do. It's like, no, he's just going one step at a time with the information he has. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that's also why Armin is a more like interesting or perhaps a better choice because he's more adaptable or like he's more curious. Like I guess everyone was also very curious.
Hanji's very curious.
And Hanji's curious as well. But I meant between like Armin and Erwin, because like it was between them, not Hanji.
Erwin was the commander. He died. And
yeah,
then
I mean like who to live in that situation where they saved Armin, and then they were all like, oh, yeah, we should have.
Well, yeah, your argument. That's what Eren said.
Yeah.
To get like,
and I think that like still holds true. Like now knowing what like the bigger picture and everything.
We'll see how it turns out in like 6 months or 8 months.
Oh my god. I'll just like... Alright.
あの日、もし引き返していたら、お前もベルトルトも故郷に帰って家族に会えたのに。 謝ることすらおこがましく思える。何度殺そうとして思いとどまったかわからない。よく我慢できたな。
Reiner's glad to be alive? Oh, a little hug.
ガミとファルコを頼んだ。了解した。兄貴
Armin, これでよかった。
何が
I got chills with the piano just there. Oh my god.
マガと元帥は私たちに最後の指令を残したんでしょう。力を合わせてなすべきことをなせ。
ピークぜひ今度車力の巨人の背中に乗ってその体温を感じながら。
嫌です。何ですか急に。
I mean, for the two of them, they're both gonna die pretty soon anyway.
すぐに仲良くなる。すぐに仲良くなる。
Last meal, probably. Maybe not.
みんな見てるかな。今の私たちを死んだ仲間。
I gotta hear this from another commander right before I go to my death. Yeah. Can you see them, Levi? Our comrades.
Oh
This motherfucker!
God. Someone,
This fucker!
get him. Oh my god.
And he fucking
Jesus
that
Christ.
was, somebody's dead. Somebody got shot. Onyakupon's dead. For sure.
Floch. まさか船にしがみついた。
Jeez. It's wrecked. Oh.
Well, we gotta repair it then. I mean, we gotta repair it. I mean, you gotta repair it. Ah! Oh no, they haven't fueled yet. They haven't fueled yet.
Luckily, there was no fuel in there. Oh my god. And they're coming.
Oh, fuck.
Can we do some, like, Annie, can you get some, like, Titan hardening stuff on there? Come back and do that?
It'd be weighted improperly. It needs to be flush. It needs to be good. Rest in peace, I guess. Oh, they're so clumsy.
Oh my god.
100 people dead.
Oh no. Is it just the four of them on that boat?
Probably. And the lady. Osmobito lady. Yeah, I mean, you're literally all they have. You and Mikasa are it.
What are you gonna do?
She's gonna hold him back.
For like 1 second?
Oh my god, my heart just sank when she said that, dude. Ah! She just needs to stop the ones that are in their path, right?
君が言ってんの初めて聞いたよ。
Oh my god. Couldn't imagine a better song choice for this. You didn't even like dump water on yourself? Tripping hazard. Skill issue. And then it just creates a pile up and you just need to keep doing it long enough for them to finish the weld.
Oh my god.
With the blades?
Oh my god. It's a big heavy ass plane too.
Oh my god, dude.
Oh.
She's so fucking cool right now.
Oh my god.
Fucking god. What is this? This is a dream. This is her dying dream. What is this?
Hanji, お前は役目を果たした。
The man. The man himself. Moblit.
まったく団長なんかに指名されて大変だったよ。エレンのバカがさ。
ああ、大変だったな。
I love how the horses are there too.
ゆっくり聞くよ。
They were so good and so loyal.
Chapter 2. Oh my god. Do you want to stop and talk for a second? Real quick, hang on. I want to see if Charette's there. Just randomly. She is! Literally Charette! Remember the guy? He was balding and he wore this bandana? It was in their first, it was when they were first joining the scouts and he was like teaching them and shit about the formation. He was in front of the class and then he was just like, this is my horse Charette. Be careful because she bites hair. And then she's like, I can't believe they put my main girl Charette. And all the rest of Pixis. Is she the only horse?
The only named characters allowed here.
Yeah, it's literally just Charette, right?
Well, maybe because she was so special.
They got everybody. There's other people. There's Levi's squad. Petra, Gunta, I think. El.
What's his face?
This is Orwo. What do you mean? What's his face?
That like rescued them when they were kids, and then
Oh yeah, Hannes.
Yes.
Hannes is there. Everybody's here. The whole gang's here. And Shadis and Sasha right there. And Goggles Kun and Nanaba and everybody. Everybody's here. That's crazy. Oh, these two from fucking season 1 when she was performing CPR and he was cut in half, laying on the ground, and Armin was like, you have to stop. You don't understand. She was crazy because they were in love. And he died first and Armin came upon them in the rain she was like trying to do CPR. They got everybody. They got everybody here.
That's crazy.
Wait, do they have Mina? Oh no, Petra's over here. Who's this? That is the girl. She was what's her name? She died when Levi first fought Kenny. She was like standing next to Levi when they were like
I don't remember that one.
And when Levi was like, "Have you ever heard of Kenny the Ripper?" And she's just like, "What, the serial killer from Central?" And then she's just like, "Yeah, he's not a myth. He's real." Etc. etc. Anyway, they got the whole gangs here anyway. That's awesome.
Wow.
I can't believe the detail they put into this. There's also people that I know but I can't quite remember. I'm sure they got Samuel and what's his face? Samuel and Daz here as well somewhere. Maybe over here. I like that they're wearing their old uniform except for Sasha. Mm-hmm. I love this shit, man.
That's really cool. I love that.
All the callbacks. Oh, and Ian, the commander who died during the Trost thing, and he was like he was with Mikasa and he like kind of it's hard to describe. He was there and everything. Anyway,
Sinners.
What were we gonna talk about? Actually, what happened though? That was a great sequence. That sequence of the ODM animation, that was incredible.
Yeah, with the music and just everything.
Vogel, im Kofeger, however you say that in German. Great song choice for that. That's literally maybe my favorite track from the whole Attack on Titan suite. It's so good and it hits so goddamn hard there. I love that they sent out. I mean, they've been reusing season 1 music.
Well, I was just gonna say in the last time when they did like here's this throwback song, but it like didn't fit the vibe and it was
they were trying to do something
it wasn't really what it was, but then this like fit really really well and it like brought back the nostalgia as well because it's like a traditional Titan fight as well. So it was really great.
Great
fucking
choice.
Floch coming back. He's
you gotta
a cat
respect
with
it.
9 lives. He is so determined. He held onto that boat.
Yeah,
as they went all the way across I cannot believe that is like
Floch is determination.
That is true. That is one thing you cannot help but respect about Floch.
You can hate him, but you got to respect him. And I do neither. Or both. Wait. Anyway, yeah, I do both. Yeah, I fucking hate Floch. I understand his pain. I understand his grief. I understand why he is who he is, but I can't stand for what he believes in. Mm-hmm. But I understand it. And I mean, he didn't flip-flop, you could say that.
Sorry, I was also gonna say, imagine how hard that whole thing was, specifically for Armin, because that was literally him. He literally died in the exact same way after just getting named as commander after last time when he died getting burned by Colossal Titans. The commander also died, and then he survived when the commander could have survived, and there was like this whole like guilt thing, and now he is the commander and the other commander is now like, you know what I mean, it's like this whole, it's all tangled up in this like super poetry. Fucked up way, and it's like somehow he keeps surviving even though he feels like other people are better equipped to be able to handle the future. True. But he's still here, you know.
Yeah, that's a good point.
And he like knows exactly how painful that shit is, and I feel like it's just on another level.
And back in the day, he would have, like he said when he woke up, he was like, why did you bring me back? Like, you should have brought back the commander. He's way more important than me. And now the same thing is there, but he's the commander. Yeah, I see what you mean. It's just like it all kind of comes full circle in multiple different ways.
Get rid of that.
That song hits so goddamn hard. I had chills like the whole time.
Oh my god.
Those guys didn't get on. They're dead, I think. Or did they?
They could have maybe pushed into the water and got to the boat or something, because the plane would have been in the water for a while, so they could have dropped them off. I don't know.
Probably not.
So free.
まとめて吹き飛ばすことができる。あなたがレベリオ軍港を跡形もなくしたように、あなたの超大型巨人なる。
確かにそれが一番有効なやり方だ。でもそれはエレンとの対話を尽くしてから、それでも他にエレンを止める術がない時の最終手段だ。
最終手段があるに越したことはない。エレンはジークを介して始祖の巨人を支配してんだ。先にジークを殺しちまえば地ならしは止まるんじゃないのか。
確かにそうかもしれません。
They're probably about to say this, but I don't think it would stop. I think that
it might
it would there would just be no way to stop it.
No new orders. Like it's just like act on your last command, and they just keep.
Or they just become mindless titans and start going in weird directions, and even doesn't really. But maybe we're wrong, and the wall titans are different.
Will you also take yourself out again?
It's just repeating itself. It's the same, like you just said with Armin. It's like the same shit over and over.
Again and again.
世界を救うためだって言い聞かせて。ならいな、お前もベルトルトの兄も辛かったよな。
もうあがなうこともできない罪だ。残りの人類を救ったって一生自分を許すことはないだろう。
Well, let's hope we all die and succeed.
だからまあせめて残りの人類を救おうぜ。
そうだな、ライナー。あがなうことができなくてもとにかくやるしかねえよな。
そうだ、俺たちは同じだ、ライナー。お前を責める資格なんてなかったんだ。俺は人を救うため人殺しに。
レベリオ襲撃の夜にエレンに同じことを言われた。俺はエレンの考えてることが少しわかる気がする。エレンは俺たちに止めてほしいんじゃないのか。
どういうこと？
いや、そう思うってだけなんだが。
Same, Armin. For the last 2 years.
エレンは意図的に我々を放任してるってこと？
I didn't expect them to realize it this early, though.
まるで僕たちがどうするのかを試すみたいに。
地ならしを止められるかもしれないのに。
あいつだって辛いはずなんだ。人類虐殺。
Oh, maybe it's compartmentalized, is what they're saying. And part of him is letting them, and part of him is doing what he needs to do.
それができなければ終わりにしてほしい。誰かに。
Oh shit.
またかよ、これは。
なんだ。
聞いてくれ！もう十分だ。これから何百年先、誰もパラディ島に手を出せない。
I mean, I wouldn't attack the island.
そうだ、エレン、お前を憎んだけど本当はお前だって悲しかったんだよな。ちっともお前の立場になろうともしなかった。
エレン、私はあなたの罪を一緒に背負いたい。あなたと同じ罪が私たちにもある。だからもう私 い帰ってきて。
だとよエレン、今ならケツに蹴り入れるだけで勘弁してやる。おい、なんとか言ったらどうなんだ。
地ならしは止まらない。パラディ島の未来を任せて放棄することもない。俺は進み続ける。
おい、
俺は自由を手に入れるため世界から自由を奪う。だがお前らからは何も。お前たちは自由だ。
The fuck are those?
お
Oh.
前らが世界の自由を守るのも自由。俺が進み続けるのも自由。互いに曲げられぬ信念が俺たちは衝突する。俺たちがやることはただ一つ。戦え。
そんな。じゃあなんで僕をここに呼んだんだよ。
話し合いは必要ないと話すため。俺を止めたいのなら俺の息の根を止めてみる。お前らは自由だ。
We're very lucky that he, you know, didn't also go into there while flying the plane.
Yeah, he's not a...
I know, I'm saying it's exceptionally lucky that he's the one flying the plane, not one of them.
True. Eren really said, if you want to stop me, you gotta stop me from breathing.
兄さん、俺夢を見たんです。
夢？ガリアードの
ジークさんの夢。いや、記憶。
巨人は他の巨人の一部を取り入れることでその能力が発現するんでしたよね。まあ、女型は特に発現しやすいから。それ何？
やっぱりだ。じゃあ
もしかしたらなんとかなるかも。
いや、でもまさか本当に。
うるさいだけでも石炭でも運んでな。
No, no, you listen to us now.
見た。
Yeah, wait, what?
はい。僕はジークさんの脊髄液で巨人になりました。
Oh.
Right.
ちょうど発現してるみたいなんです。
そう。それで。
Does that
So
mean he can
she
control...
takes-
よく見る記憶は雲の上を飛んでいた記憶です。そしてそれが僕にもできる。
Fly? He looks like a bird.
するんです。
What? Wait, what? How? What?
どうに飛行船があるのか。さあな。
Is that Annie's dad?
奪って逃げられると思ってるのか。お前らエルディア人。口に気をつけ
Oh,
ろ
it
よ。
worked. They didn't all fucking die.
お前がまだ踏み潰されてないのが誰のおかげ。彼の家族も地ならしで死ぬ。お前が裏切っては撃たれて死ぬ。家族全員で生き残るにはこれしかない。ロード関係ない。必ず生き残るぞ。大丈夫だよ、ブラウ
Wait, who was standing there?
あの子たちは強い。
Whoever that was, look, I don't know, looks like they're in a different show. They look like they're a detective or something.
What do you think, Miss Reiner?
ライナー。
フィンガーさん、その暗証窓から捨てろよ。
これは娘が俺なんかのために全てを犠牲にして得た賠償だ。
おい、あれ。そんな飛行船が。
Oh.
急げ。一機でも残っていればいい。分かってる。
Too late.
おい、なんだ。
Oh no.
地ならしだ。追いつかれた。
Maybe they'll go around. It's a really
No,
tall
they're not
thing.
that good at climbing.
Oh, that's not gonna
that's
go around.
yeah,
That's
no.
not gonna go around.
If it was just the Titans.
All right, get back on the train, everybody.
待てよ。あの飛行船、巨人島に向かっていく。
They're going over it.
どういうことだ。爆撃だよ。
It's not a bombing run. They're going over
They're-
because that's the only
They're
safe
moving
place.
outwards. Yeah, exactly. No.
No.
Although if they weren't.
Wait, do they?
No.
Oh shit, really?
Okay. Well, give it your best shot. This is actually perfect because it can slow them down enough for everyone else to get there.
Hopefully. What kind of bombs are they gonna fucking use? I mean, true.
Listen, Eren, the people have learned.
We never saw that face. I mean, we knew about that face. We knew about that feeling, but... So she finally admits it.
Relatable for them.
Oh, shit.
They're gonna drop it all along the... Great.
Guess who it is?
They're just giving Zeke ammunition at this point. They're breaking off bits of bones.
Exactly.
Yeah. It was like
Bone
attached.
Zeke. He's controlling it. He's like manifesting the Beast Titan. Wait, does that mean that he ate Zeke? Or
I
is
don't
Zeke...
think so. He's probably using his abilities just to like control him and like...
Zeke's on him somewhere though. He must be. Or in his bones or some shit. Goodbye.
Yeah. It was a nice try. Solid effort. They're like just barely hanging on. Oh my god.
Their Ackerman sense just activated. Their landing gear's gone.
Oh. Oh, look at it. Oh, that's gross.
It all ends here, ladies and gentlemen. This shit is crazy.
Oh my god.
Oh, the new insert song! Oh my god, dude! Ooh, oh nice! But it's just gonna reform. If the tether is coming from the body,
Yeah,
it's just gonna reform.
Oh, and she's got all the bombs.
She's gonna harden, light them, and then get the fuck out.
Oh my god.
Oh no. Oh no, he's alive! I was eluding him because I thought he was gonna die. Oh, he's probably
Well-
gonna die. Out of fuel. And no landing gear.
Maybe he can like glide and like.
And refuel.
Oh look. There's sea.
まさかパラリート勢力が地ならしのために
And they're witnesses. Onyakupun's gonna land and save them, maybe. Hopefully. Hopefully?
もう一度質問させてくれ。君のどこが自由なのかって。そこから引きずり出した後。
Really?
I knew they were gonna pull some kind of stunt like that.
Nice.
I really like that song, and I guess it like because it's more of like a, it's not a movie length, but it's longer, so they could use the full thing. And
I think that was only a minute and a half.
Are you sure? It felt really long.
Maybe you're right. Maybe 2 minutes.
Yeah.
2 minutes. Yeah. Wow, what a great special. I honestly liked that. I think I liked that more than 3 episodes or 5 episodes or something.
I think that I did as well. Usually, I like, and also the fact that it's
home release.
home release,
Yeah.
not in theaters as well, and like the 1 hour, was really good. Honestly, it would have been good if they just like made like the full movie at this point.
I don't want to spend the
But-
whole discussion talking
but-
about the release.
No, I was
structure.
just gonna say, but I do agree that it was so much better with this all together.
Yeah.
So that everything could be really good. Because I'm just thinking, okay, you know, if this was split into 3,
Yeah, that would
it
suck.
have been as good? Probably not.
No.
For this specifically, where it's it just really.
I mean, it's Attack on Titan. You're always going to get a cliffhanger. It is what it is.
Yeah.
And you
But
know
this
what?
was like the best of all the cliffhangers. Like a cliffhanger, you could have cliffhangered so many things in this episode.
Yeah.
So I'm fine to leave it off here because I didn't think we were gonna get into this fight anyway.
Yeah.
You know, like that's like final showdown type deal.
Yeah.
So
all the memes about like, oh, season, yeah, it's just a meme. To me, it's literally just a meme. I've been watching the series for 9 years. Okay, I don't care about how long it takes at this point. I don't care at all. It's all just a joke to me. I'm okay with waiting. I'll wait another year,
especially
honestly,
because
for the next one.
I'm not usually on to like comment on animation, but I feel like the animation in this and just like the whole package
100%
was
better.
significantly better.
100, especially if you compare like midway through part 1 of season 4.
Yeah.
Like with the CG, there were times the CG was just bad. I mean, people complain about the Chainsaw Man CG. The Attack on Titan CG for part 1 was genuinely bad at some points, and you know it was carried by the story and by the 2D animation that was there, and you know all the things that go along with Attack on Titan. But regardless, all that to say, this is good. This is a huge step up. This is like, you know, I could deal with that. The only obvious really bad one was when the Beast Titan was like hanging,
Yeah.
and it was super pixelated. I don't know what happened with the render there, or like what they did with the camera to zoom that in. That's like the only really bad shot that I saw throughout this. Everything else was really good. And sometimes actually when Annie was on the boat and she was looking out in this scene, the ocean looked kind of weird, but it wasn't bad. You know, I really liked this. I really liked the special. I honestly liked this format. I hope it doesn't become too standard, but you know,
I feel like
I'm
this
okay with
is
that.
really good. This is almost like when something like ReZero or whatever drops like 2 episodes or an extra long first episode to like really, because it's not worth it to break it up into more than one thing just because it belongs together, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, I was on the actual episode. I was talking about like how the whole Geass thing about like how he wants to get stopped, and then they figured that out. And I'm like, wait, I thought that this was going to be like later, or Armin was going to realize that himself.
Or like afterwards, or like
Yeah, or not going into it. They start psychoanalyzing him and kind of call his
and then he
bluff
calls
a
them
way.
in for a meeting like, no, you got it wrong, guys. Kill me. I dare you.
Yeah. You know, he didn't even really deny it, but he's just like, you know, here's the deal. I'm doing what I'm doing. You're doing what you're doing.
Yeah.
It is what it is. I'm not going to stop, and you're not going to stop. That's how conflicts happen. So there's going to be a conflict. You know, There we go.
All their parents and Reiner's mom, where she's just like, oh well, like
that face from her was psychotic.
Yeah, that was crazy. Especially she like has this thing where she like actually feels guilty, seemingly for like the first time, or like she's probably felt guilty before, but this is on like a totally other level because she's about to die, and then it's like, okay, he did all this stuff to boost up my status, and I'm still gonna die.
Yeah.
So, what was the point?
Yeah.
And it's interesting because then Annie's dad is like, oh well, at least like they're safe over there, and we can as we're about to get trampled to death, we can at least imagine that they can have a good life for the rest of their time. And then Reiner's just there, and it's like, and she's just like, I imagine it's like the singer, she like gets to see him again, which is kind of nice, even in his Titan form, but also then the horror of like, holy shit, am I gonna just watch him get killed in front of me as I feel bad for putting him in that position in the first place?
I don't think she 100% know, like, look how far away
she
they
literally
are.
said.
Did she?
Yeah. She looked at him.
She's got some great fucking eyes, let me tell you. Because look how far away they are.
I know. That's why I thought when they were looking through the thing, and then I was like, oh, but
she must just kind of know is the thing. Anyway, regardless, what were you saying?
Shit, what was I saying?
She's repenting. She's thinking of watching her son die.
Yeah, it's like either he will save them all, and he will probably still die, or he'll die and then they'll all die, and it's just like neither is a good scenario. And then Annie's, of course, not there. But maybe coming, depending on this new plan, if Falco can fly, then that would be pretty crazy if we have flying Titans.
Yeah. Wait, no, that dream. So literally season 4 opens up with that dream of him. There's a bird flying over the battlefield, and then he's just like, get out of here, go away. And then he's like, he gets kind of woken up and brought back, and he's just like, I had a dream where I was flying around all over the place, and I had swords and stuff. Yeah, so I thought him flying around all over the place was him having memories of like whichever Titan he got. And
but it's his own future
it kind of
memories
is, but it's future memories with paths and shit of him learning to fly. I guess with the Jaw Titan or with the Beast Titan. Maybe because it's the Beast Titan. But it's not just. That's being
what he's
a monkey.
saying. They were saying that he's developing Beast like abilities, and I'm not sure if they're saying that like Annie needs to like eat some pieces of him or whatever to,
and then they can both
and
fly.
Then they can both fly, or if maybe because her Titan is more attuned to it, like his Titan is still the Jaws Titan, like maybe
it's like a genetic mutation.
She
almost.
Can like maybe like wield it even better than him potentially because her Titan is more adaptable. Either way, that's really cool, and I will say I'm a little bit disappointed with Annie like potentially coming back into it, because I did kind of just like that for her as like when she didn't like turn around and come back. I was like,
immediately,
I like that because it was like a solid choice that made sense with her character, and she didn't need to backtrack just for the like, yeah, let's get him.
Yeah.
But depending on what this is, I'm obviously still interested to see it.
I'm interested to see all of it. This whole thing was really.
I feel like this is
super
like,
well paced. Like this is clearly like. Just you're right. This form factor just makes more sense with this story. Like I wish, like, especially as we get to streaming. Obviously, Japan is still very legacy based. That's why it took so goddamn long today to get this episode, because they don't plan for they don't make stuff for streaming services like we do in the West. It's not the same production format planning type mindset as we have evolved to have. But like. I really like what The Last of Us is doing, and I wish more shows would do it like that, where it's just like, we need a long episode. Well, we're making this for our streaming service first, and so, the time slots will make it work. We budgeted out for this amount of time. This episode's 48 minutes. This one's an hour and 29. Let's just do what we need to do to make the story the best, because that's what's going to sell the best ads. That's what's going to get people to subscribe to our shit. It works out in the end. So I really like that. I wish that more. I wish that anime did that too. Because I
feel like that's almost what they're going towards with like movies or whatever. Because it's a set thing, you don't have to account for commercials. You don't have to write your episode if you're Attack on Titan, you don't have to write your episode. Okay, we have this cliffhanger coming up, so we have to either stretch out this episode or compact this episode to leave off on this cliffhanger because we need one. So with this, where it was just like it was so good. The animation was there. The like voice acting again was so good. The story was so good. Like this I think. Since I really liked towards the beginning of season 4 where
I noticed you haven't not been enjoying season 4 as much as the rest of the show.
Yeah, like I really was interested in the start when we first got introduced to Marley. Like it felt like there was a lot to like discuss and really get into there, and of course there's been stuff to discuss and get into over the course of it, but I just felt like, especially in the last segment that we watched,
was just kind of happening.
It was just kind of like going, and like it was kind of just like all right. Like there was some moments, but it just felt a little bit clunky.
I disagree, but you can have your own opinion.
To me, I don't know. I feel like I just felt like I wasn't as invested, and maybe it was just because of like the episodes just being too short, or like to really capture how I was feeling, because this work I just felt so much more invested, and I felt like I could really get into it and like be with the characters as they're going around, and there's probably many factors that play into that. Yeah. But yeah, I really liked it.
I think you especially don't like not being able to binge. I feel like you're a very big binger. You get the most out of shit when you binge it. I think it's because you are really good at guessing stuff. If there's too much time in between, you don't get like,
that's the thing, my memory can sometimes be really bad.
Yeah,
so the longer it's been between something, the harder I have going back and like reconnecting the dots, and like, oh well, this happened
getting
like
re-immersed
a million years ago. Like when we're watching Hunter x Hunter and we're just like watching this entire super long show, but we're going at it so fast. I'm like, oh yeah, back in like episode 2, this thing or whatever. But I find that harder to do the more time that goes in between.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so the format is good, the time is good, I like that, I did enjoy this. I wish we didn't have to wait all day for it, from 6 a.m. to 3 p.m. our time, but I'd say overall it was worth the wait. If I was waiting, if I had to like wait in line at the movie theater for like a release of something that I was anticipating and like get tickets for something that I wanted to see, and it was this, I would wait like a long time in line somewhere.
I
really liked it.
Another thing that I liked with this episode, we kind of already talked about this, but like the like history repeating itself kind of themes was really interesting, because I love it because it's a way to do sort of a callback to stuff that we've already seen without it being like cheesy or weird at all.
Yeah.
You know, like it's so subtle with. They don't show like a flashback of Armin being burned alive, but you can tell by what they did show that he is like reliving that, and with the whole like commander thing just piling on top of it. I just feel like
and then with seeing the dead comrades and stuff, and like they're seeding it, and it's on purpose. It's not just like, you know, incidental things kind of happening the same way, or you're like you said, sort of pulling on our heartstrings for nostalgia. They're Isayama's like crafted these reveals and these beats to follow in a similar pattern, and for similar things to happen, but to pay off in different ways. And it makes it makes season 3 part 2 feel even better to me, because it wasn't just a really good part that was built off the rest of the show. It was also very clearly setting up this big climactic finish. So then it's like also foreshadowing on top of being really good and really well established in its own right. Before that, it was also set up for this. So yeah, and in really good thematic and symbolic ways, like, you know, the things we talked about. It's really cool. So we've been talking a lot since the start of the show, or since the start of season 4, or since the start of like Eren going dark mode. That like it didn't make sense. There's something off. There's something bad. There's something different, and that's kind of what this was trying to explore, or at least hint at us very strongly, that he is acting against his own conscience. Kind of saying it honestly with the Reiner thing, but we open up with a scene from Eren apologizing to this kid profusely, because it's no secret that Eren doesn't like doing this. But we haven't seen that vulnerability from him in a long time.
I almost forgot about this because it was at the start of the episode. But yeah, because Eren can't do this with anyone that he actually knows. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he can't talk and be like, oh yeah, sorry, but I'm gonna kill everyone. Armin, I'm so sorry, I'm gonna break down and cry and like visibly show you that I don't want to do this, but I'm gonna do it anyway. You know, even though like they're his friends, so they have like kind of eventually picked up on, you know, what he might be even thinking or like subconsciously thinking or like secretly a little part of him is like wishing and hoping. And like Reiner was saying, like, you know, what I would want is just to like take me out, like kill me. He doesn't want to be reasoned with. And I think when he says that, I think that he means it, because even if they like what would Eren do if he came out of there and didn't get killed? You know, like even if he stopped the rumbling right now, he is way too far gone into this. Yeah. That like there's no other option other than for him to die.
He's in too deep, and he's trying to keep up above in his head instead of going under. Yeah. Yeah, and you know, it's exactly, again, it's like super well set up, because Reiner, like we were talking about it in this episode. Reiner literally, and they said it, like Reiner literally felt this, and what he went through was he compartmentalized himself, and his brain split in two, and he had the part of him that was just doing it, and his real self, which he had to bury deep in order to be able to do what he had to do. And yeah, that's exactly what Eren's going through. So the fact that Reiner kind of sees that, with all the parallels that have been set up in the show between them, beneath Liberio at the conference thing or whatever, it all works really well, and it's a testament to how great this show is. There's maybe I just forgot like how great this was, but like Attack on Titan's really like one of the best things ever. I was thinking the other day, because we just had a live stream, we were talking about overrated stuff, as we often do on our live streams and in series and things. Like this show is so goddamn good, and I remember a time when this was first coming out, when this was like one of the biggest things, but it wasn't the biggest thing. The biggest thing was Sword Art Online. That was everybody's favorite #1 awesome thing. And it was shit. It had like a few good episodes, and it was just season 1 of Sword Art Online. I don't know what happens later, you know, whatever. I'm not gonna go on a big rant about that right now. But like, I remember a time when the most popular, super overrated thing wasn't an actual generational masterpiece that was like one of the best things ever written and produced on the screen. This is one of the best TV shows ever. It's so good, and like, a lot of people are disappointed with the ending. I don't know anything about that, genuinely. I don't know how it ends. I have my theories, which I've already shared about how it could end. But and I could see why people wouldn't like that. Like, if you're a Jaegerist through and through, then I could see why you would hate that ending. But like, regardless, like, this is the most popular thing, and I think it deserves it. Even if it is, like, people go a little crazy and it's a little bit overrated and people take it a little bit too seriously. But it genuinely is like one of the best shows ever. It just is. And, you know, it's really good to see something deserve that on some level. Yeah. You know, even if it is a little bit overrated, even if Mappa isn't, the visual style isn't what I would have preferred. I would have preferred them stay with Wit Studio and take a few more years, I guess. But, you know, it really is, it's good, and it's really popular, and it's better for something that's actually good to be really popular than for, you know, Sword Art Online Season 1 Part 2 to be the most popular thing in the world. I was just thinking about that the other day. So I really like this. And this, honestly, this package here, I think, like, really reminded me, because, like, although I said I disagree with you about the Season 4 thing feeling clunky, I wasn't as invested in the show as I was, like, Season 1 when I watched Season 1 for the first time, or Season 2. Yeah. But this one, I felt genuinely invested. I really cared when Hanji died. I really cared even when Floch died. I cared about everything that happened. I felt I was getting chills from the music. It was so awesome.
I think I have two things. One, I think the reason that, like, I think that this is because it feels nostalgic. It feels like it's sort of bringing you back to, like, the like, old days, but also, like, combining it with the new, and, like, the impending doom, and, like, how horrible everything is. It feels like this is the story all coming together. Yeah. All of the characters, all of the people, all of the themes, all of the ideas. And I feel like, because I feel like the rest of Season 4 has been, like, establishing like all the new things, the new world, Marley,
and then this is bringing it back.
This is bringing it back and like combining them into one show in one story. All of the plot lines are arriving at this point, and I feel like that's what makes it, for me anyway, like a little bit above, because it really reminds me of what Attack on Titan used to be about, and also, you know, all of the new stuff obviously as well.
I agree.
And I was also gonna say, I like this conversation with Armin and Annie where they're talking about like good people or whatever, and how Armin is like,
also bring it back to season 1.
Yeah,
not a good person.
Just talking about being a good person, and then again when they're on the when they were in the Eren's like world there, and then Connie is talking about how like he never even tried to see it from Eren's perspective, and I think that that's interesting. I like to see that from Connie, because Connie was such a good like Connie, up until Sasha died, was always trying to do like the good thing, and then when he like hit his limit, then he tries to feed Falco to his mom, and then does all of this, like, you know what I mean? He was never orchestrating any of these plans or like taking it on the level of someone like Armin or Jean, who is like in charge. So I feel like that's kind of an interesting thing to touch on, as well as like even like the most good person of all of them is now not, and doesn't feel like it either. It like they're all on the same level. Reiner, everyone, they've all done horrible shit at this point. And
I'm too exhausted to argue with Jaegerists at this point. However, you could leave it at the thing that all the Jaegerists and everybody who's like really pro genocide talks about is like, well, how can you shit on Eren and think that these guys are so good? The point of the show is that they're not. But just because your hands are dirty doesn't mean you shouldn't clean them, and you should just get them more dirty, and you can never clean them, and you can never have clean hands for the rest of your life. You should never try to make things better just because they're fucked up. That's how the cycle of violence continues, and that's how things get worse, is because people think there's no turning back and everything's a sunk cost. Nobody ever tries to extend the olive branch, or ever believes that it's even possible. The only way that you can make things better isn't by annihilating everyone but you and being king of the ashes. I know that's not what Eren's trying to do, just a metaphor, but it's by extending a hand, and Annie and Armin sitting here on the boat after everything they've been through, both realizing that they've done terrible things, but that that life goes on and they need to find a way to live it, whichever way works for them, whether it's Annie going back and living peacefully because she thinks she's done enough, or whether it's Armin still believing that he has a part to play and doing what he thinks he needs to do. We all need to keep living, and that doesn't also mean that we need to kill everybody. And I get that people are biased for Eren and don't give a shit about anyone else, and they're just having fun as an anime, but I feel like some people genuinely look at the actions and try to create a straw man, like anybody who is who is cool with stopping Eren is like a hypocrite or something. No, but none of these people are good. That's the point. Everybody's got blood on their hands, but we have to try and live in the world in a good way, and what's happening isn't a good thing. So it doesn't matter if everybody has done bad things. We need to do something. That's it. Yeah. So I feel like it was interesting as I was just thinking about this, not like entirely in the same vein as what you were saying, but where the Marleyans are going out after, like they're sending the airships out, and then all the Eldians arrive, and on the train at the top of there, and I know obviously they took off and like left before, but it's like then the Marleyans are like going out to like protect these civilian Eldians as well. And like the guy on the loudspeaker, like when they all go down, he's like, we failed you guys, like all these kids that are sitting there and stuff, and it's And he even says, he's like,
he's
we've
like,
put all our troubles on these people.
We did all of this. And
but
now
we're
it's
still
coming
gonna
back,
try.
but we're still going to try to now, in the last moment, correct what we did wrong and do the best thing that we can, even if we die and don't succeed.
And even if we,
that's exactly what these guys are doing. It's like, yeah, they let Eren get to this point and pushed him into this because they put everything on him. And now, rather than just letting him do it and enjoying their happy life, their morals will not allow them to do that. Instead,
you gotta keep
they have
moving
to go.
forward.
Exactly. Keep
moving forward. It works both ways.
And and keep moving forward down the path of killing every single person, or keep moving down the path of fighting for the best you can get. Like, not saving the world, but like giving it the best shot you can, or like doing the best that you can with your life in a way that you can die and be satisfied with it.
True.
And maybe that's what Annie's gonna come around to, of like, sure, maybe it's nice to sort of, get to a chance to actually live your life, but will she ever really be living her life, or will she just be like thinking of what she could have done, or just like, what is there,
Yeah. Yeah, and I think Armin actually had a line on another thing. Eren, like, was it in his thing? I forget. I could find where, but he basically said, like, you're not, when we pull you out of there, we're gonna show you you're not actually free, or whatever it was, something about like not actual freedom. And yeah, this is completely off topic, but it just at the start of the episode with Eren basically telling us, he's tied up in fate. He got shown fate. There's nothing he can do. And I disagree with the basic interpretation of that, because it's the rules of the world, so you can't argue with it. I'm not arguing with the rules of the world. It's set. It's there. It is what it is. I'm not arguing with it. But as not criticism, but just as my opinion of writing that fate that way, I feel like fate and time don't have a conscience. They don't have a consciousness and can choose things. Although, again, I'm not arguing with anything. In this world, they can. But like, the reason we were so like either pissed off at Eren, or just like confused, or just like there has to be another shoe to drop, was because we were operating on the idea that he is choosing to do this because he genuinely thinks it's the best thing. He doesn't want to do this, and he is, he's tried to do other things, but he cannot do anything else. He doesn't have a choice. Fate is driving him towards this conclusion, and he fucking hates it. So I don't know. So there's something. It's not like Eren's super enthusiastic about this either. Maybe I'm saying this to the Jaegerists. I'm not sure. But Eren's not too happy about this. He is just doing what he can, similar to how everyone else is, and that's what's kind of tragic about it. And I think that's the nuance of it, and why it's more than just, oh, genocide bad or genocide good. Fuck yeah, kill all those guys, Eren. It's tragic because everybody's just trying to do what they can to survive and save people and do what they think is right, and that's kind of what Attack on Titan's always been from the start. It's just that as you learn more, the world becomes less and less black and white, and I love it. It's why I loved Attack on Titan to begin with. That and the mysteries, obviously, and there's still some stuff to learn, like with Gabby and Falco learning and Annie learning to fly and shit, or whatever the hell's gonna go on with that. I'm really excited to see where this takes us in the fall. Anything else you want to say?
I think that's it. Yeah, that's probably it.
Leave a like and subscribe. Stay tuned for this fall, where we'll be reacting to more. Check out Patreon to get the uncut reaction. Hope you enjoyed.